Good evening. I'm Yugank Aggarwal from BMS 3C, roll number 19226, and I'm here to talk about the Securities and Exchange Board of India, its board members, and their meetings. As you all know, SEBI, or the Securities and Exchange Board of India, is a financial regulatory body constituted by the central government in 1988 to protect the three most important eyes in the stock market: the issuers, the investors, and the intermediaries. When there were a lot of scams happening, when there was price rigging, delays in allocation, and manipulation by the intermediaries, this is where the central government stepped in and formulated SEBI. So, let's talk about the board of SEBI. SEBI's board comes into effect with an official notification by the Union Government of India. It's similar to any other company, or let's say that SEBI replicates or is similar to a company. The members are nominated by the Union Government and the Finance Ministry of India. The board is a corporate body. As I said, it's similar to a company. It's a corporate body, has perpetual succession, a common seal, is subject to articles, can be capable of acquiring or selling securities, can sell assets, etc. Well, it's a person in itself. The head office is in Mumbai, as it should be, as it is the financial capital of India, and it has the power to make any offices or as many amount of offices as they want across the country. The board is appointed under the section 41D of the SEBI Act of 1992. So, as I've been constantly mentioning, the SEBI and the SEBI board is similar to the board and the company itself. The board of directors are the ones who run the company, whereas the company is similar to SEBI, which has its own legal entity and standing and can continue even after the board of members leave. So, now let's talk about the structure of the board. There are a total of 9 members in the board: one chairman or the chairperson, who is the leading member, then 2 members from the finance ministry, one member from the RBI, 5 other members who are appointed by the central government, and 3 out of these 5 have to be whole time members. The management and the power of the board rests in the hand of these members. As I have said, it's similar to a company and its board of directors. How the board of directors run a company, similar to that, a certain set of board members run and ensure that SEBI works properly. All the members of the board shall be people of ability, integrity, and standing, as they are the ones who represent the stock market of India and should be capable of dealing with any problems of the stock exchange. So, the boards, the previous board on the left, which was till March 2022, as this PPT was made in February, at that time Shri Ajay Tyagi was the chairperson of the board. As of now, April 2022, the board changed in March, where Srimati Madhavi Puri Butch took over as the chairperson of the board, replacing Shri Ajay Tyagi. Now, when we talk about the appointment of the members and the members itself, we have to talk about how and when can these members be removed. The members, or the power to remove the members, lies with the central government, and the member can only be removed under certain circumstances. First of all, the board member has been declared insolvent. Second, the person is of unsound mind and has been declared so by the court. This means the person is no longer capable to make choices or decisions on himself. The board member has been convicted of an offense which is morally wrong and thus hurts the integrity of the person as well as the Securities and Exchange Board of India. Finally, the board member has misused or abused the position and the powers that come with it. This might be in terms of corruption or helping people who they know or influencing the outcome of meetings. While it can be anything, it seems to be in detrimental effect to the general public. That is why any member who has misused their power has to step down from the board. So, the removal of the members of the board can only happen on these following bases. Then the board meetings. As per the rule book of SEBI, the meetings have to happen at a specific location and a specific time. If the chairperson, who generally leads the meeting, isn't there, then any senior member chosen by other members would act as the chairperson. All the queries and the meetings in the meeting has to be discussed, and the conclusion only comes after the voting. In case the voting is a tie, then the chairperson or any person who's leading the meeting gets a second vote and then decides the outcome of the meeting. Any board member who is a director of any company or is related to a company about which the discussion is going to take place in the SEBI meeting, then it's the responsibility of the board to ensure that that person or that board member doesn't attend the meeting, so as to avoid any undue influence that the person might have on the proceeding of the meetings. The board meetings are generally carried on by the board members itself, which are generally 9, but as of now, the board of SEBI only has 7. So these 7 members carry out the meetings. So on the left hand side, we have a snippet from the website of SEBI, which generally shows how the subjects are listed date wise and month wise. We can see individual subjects on individual dates of individual months and individual years. On the right hand side, we have the agenda of the meeting. This includes the topics that would be discussed and taken up in the meeting itself. So to end the presentation, I would like to say that the SEBI and stock market is a really interesting subject. Everyone should have knowledge of it. So I would request everyone to go to www.sebi.gov.in to read more about the stock market and SEBI. Thank you.